Welcome back to Ali Bros. In our last session, we dealt with a single column cash book, and now we deal with a double column cash book. How to prepare a double column cash book? The main difference between a single column and a double column cash book is that in a single column cash book there will be only one amount column, and in the double column cash book there will be two amount columns. One is to record bank transactions and another is to record cash transactions. Now I draw a format of this double column cash book. We have to divide the page into two equal parts as usual, and on the left hand side it is the debit side, right hand side is the credit side, and there is a date column on the leftmost, and on the rightmost an amount column. This amount column is called a cash column. Since it is a double column cash book, there will be two amount columns. One is to record the cash and another is to record a bank. Similarly, on the credit side, date column is there, and one amount column for cash and another amount column to record a bank. Double column cash book. Besides these columns, there are two more columns on the debit side and the credit side. We just show it as a formality. On the debit side there will be receipt number column and ledger folio column. On the credit side there will be voucher number column and ledger folio column. So two more columns will be on the debit and credit sides. As it is unimportant here, it was not drawn here. The important columns are here now: date column, particulars column, bank column, cash column. Similarly, on the credit side, date column, particulars column, bank column and cash column. Now we deal with the question of how to record in a double column cash book. How the transactions are to be recorded in a double column cash book. For this purpose, we have to consider some transactions, and I write a transaction here. Started business with 20,000. When we start business with 20,000, amount comes into the business, and as it's a receipt, it will be shown on the receipt side, means on the debit side as capital. Since cash is invested here, 20,000, started business with 20,000 means started business with rupees 20,000. Cash came into the business. It is to be shown on the cash column. The amount is to be shown on the cash column. And this transaction will not affect the bank. So, the amount will be shown only in the cash column. Consider another transaction. Paid into bank 2,000. Paid into bank 2,000. When we make a payment to the bank, it will affect cash and bank. because the aspects of this transaction paid into the bank, the aspects of this transaction are cash and bank. Cash is going out from us and this amount is received by in our bank account. So the transaction journal will be like this: bank account debtor to cash. This is the journal regarding this transaction paid into bank 2000. Bank account will be debited by 2000 and the cash account will be credited by 2000. Since these aspects, the two aspects of this transaction affect cash and bank, the same should be reflected in the double column cash book. Two aspects should be reflected in the cash book. In the bank account, we have to write cash on its debit side to cash. Since it is in the bank account, we have to write it as to cash. So we return as cash here. Since it is to be recorded in the bank account, the amount should be shown in the bank column. The amount should be shown in the bank column. And correspondingly, in the cash account, it is to be recorded as by bank. Here, bank, by bank. It is to be written in the cash book as by bank. So the amount should be shown on the cash column. So this transaction appeared on both the sides of this account. In the bank account, that means in the bank column, we return as to cash. In the cash account, that means in the cash column, we return as by bank. As both the transactions, as both the aspects were recorded in the same account, it is shown here as C, means a contra entry. When the same transaction is recorded on the both the sides of the account, it will be shown as contra entry. If you draw the ledger folio column here, just to show this the ledger folio column on both the sides. So a transaction that affect the both sides of the account or both columns, cash and bank columns, should be written as like this. Then consider one more transaction. Withdraw amount from bank 1000. When 1000 rupees was withdrawn from bank, we take back some amount from our bank account and invested it into our business. Money comes into the business out of our bank account. So this transaction also affects cash and bank aspects. What will be the journal for this? The journal is cash account debtor to bank. Cash account debtor to bank. This is the journal. So in the cash account, means in this cash column, we have to write bank. Bank. In the cash account, means in the cash column, we have to write bank. And the amount is 1000. Similarly, in the bank account, means in this column, bank column, we have to write as cash. 1000. since both the sides were affected by this transaction, we just show C here, contra entry. So, the transaction withdrew amount from bank 1000 was recorded like this. The aspects of the transaction were cash and bank. The journal is cash account debted to bank, and the cash column, in the cash column, to bank, and the bank column by cash is the process of posting this journal. After writing this, we should consider the balancing process. How to balance these accounts? Here, bank columns are considered together to balance, and cash columns are considered together to balance cash column. First we consider, or first we balance the bank column. On the debit side, bank column total 2000, and the credit side bank column amount is 1000. Where is the highest amount? It is on the debit side. So we write the total on the debit side of the bank column 2000, and correspondingly it will be shown on the credit side of the bank column 2000. Then find the difference. 2000 is here, only 1000 is here. So 1000 is the difference, and 1000 is written like this. And corresponding this amount, we write balance carried down. Thus, we balanced the bank columns. And the next process is to balance the cash columns. Then again, once again consider the total of both sides. On the debit side, 20,000 plus 1,000, 21,000 is the total. On the credit side, only 2,000 is there. So the highest total appears on the debit side. The highest total should be shown here, corresponding to the total of bank column as 21,000. The same total is to be shown on the credit side also, 21,000 corresponding to the level of the total here. Then find the difference. Total is 21,000, 2,000 appears on the credit side. So the balance is 19,000. Should be shown like this, corresponding to balance carried out. After doing this, we have to brought down this amount. Since the balance carried down appears on the credit side, the balance brought down should be on the just opposite side, means on the debit side. On the debit side, we write like this, balance brought down. Cash bank balance is written in the bank column. Cash balance is written in the cash column. So that's all with the process of preparation of a double column cash book. And the main points to be considered while the preparation of double column cash book is that there will be two amount columns on both sides, and we should show contra entry signal while writing the journal, the same journal on the debit and credit side of this cash book. Okay, that is the topic that we discussed, and in case of any doubts, you can mail, and your doubts will be always entertained through mail and promptly answered through the mail.